in 1776 paid a very high price indeed to pave the way for our republic. They sacrificed their health, their fortunes, their very lives to defend the principles of individual liberty and limited government. When you think about the sacrifices of time and treasure you are willing to make, consider this. Would you even be in a position to have the choice of making such sacrifices had not these brave men and women chosen to make similar sacrifices 200 years ago? Are you as brave today as they were then? I think you are.
For their posterity. You and I are the beneficiaries of it. But unfortunately, too many of our friends have fallen asleep. Too many of our friends have started to think that security is more important than liberty. Too many of us have started to believe that we'd rather not be inconvenienced.
Lincoln once said the truest words in the American tapestry, that a government of the people, by the people, and for the people shall not perish from this earth. I say now, and for all those who agree, that this current and temporary governance of the politicians, by the politicians, and for the politicians should not just perish from this earth, but should do so now and without delay.
We have numbers, we have passion, but we also have the great luxury of being on the right side of American history. You have embraced the right ideas, Dallas, Texas. Thank you for that. Now, very quickly, look at the history of the Declaration of Independence. When you do that, today we celebrate that declaration. And when you look at that declaration, two themes really resonate that are relevant to us today as we move forward to try to influence real change in this nation. Number one, our founders realized, and were astute and wise enough to realize, that our liberty, the liberty of this nation, is not granted by government. We are endowed by our Creator with liberty. It is a God-given right. No government can strip that liberty from us. To these suits, release the information. Let's move forward as Americans. There's no innocuous explanation that I can think of as to why an administration and a politically savvy individual like this man would be doing the things that he's doing. And our American media needs to be holding the president accountable to his constitutional eligibility to hold the position for which he has been elected. And we look at this cap and trade legislation, and let me say this. It's no secret we're in a recessionary economic climate, and we're facing some very serious competitors in the global economy. When we have China and India that are aggressively pursuing the production of energy anywhere that they can find it, we have to call on this Congress and this White House to pursue domestic drilling in this nation. In Texas with capitalists and patriots. I just returned from a 3-day business trip to the People's Republic of California. Oh. You know how bad things are in California? That's a place where it's perfectly fine to be openly gay, but you gotta be a closet conservative. I am not here today as a politician. I'm here today as a taxpayer. I'm here as a small businessman. I'm here as a blue-collar SOB, son of a butcher. I'm here as a homeschool dad of 4 young kids, ranging from 17 years old to 17 months old. I'm here as a capitalist evangelist who believes in the American dream and who loves my country and sees capitalism slipping away. I'm here as a citizen politician, just like the Founding Fathers intended. And I'm here today as a proud Nevadan. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada. And I'll tell you what's so special about Nevada, why I'm so proud. Because our state constitution bans income taxes, but welcomes guns in the hands of law-abiding citizens. I have a good friend that runs a mutual fund in New York, mutual fund called the Congressional Effect Fund. And he studied the performance of Wall Street, the economic engine of America,
for the last 50 years. And here's what he found, ladies and gentlemen. Proof that politicians do damage to us every time they sit in their seats and every time they open their mouth. For the last 50 years, when Congress is in session, Wall Street is up 1.7%. When Congress is out of session and the politicians are not sitting in their seats, Wall Street is up 17.7% for the last 50 years. We have socialists running our country. We have socialists destroying the American dream. We have socialists crushing our economy under the weight of big government, big spending, big taxes, big unions, and never-ending lawyers, hijacking American business, killing capitalism. And how did it happen, ladies and gentlemen? Simple. I call it WMDs, weapons of mass distraction. We're watching Obama's kids, they're beautiful, and his wife, and his puppy Bo, and jokes on Jay Leno, and March Madness picks, and phone calls to Michael Jackson, who likes to sleep with little boys. Anything to take your focus off the facts. As I close today, here are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. The deficit, 4 times higher than under Bush. The debt, 3 times higher than under Bush. The first Obama budget, the highest in history, but more importantly, bigger than all the budgets combined, from George Washington to George W. Bush. The facts, our national debt now bigger than world GDP. All the money in the entire world, earned by everyone in the entire world, won't pay the American debt off. The fact, unfunded liability of $5.3 trillion just for government employees, and Obama's answer is to save America by adding millions of new government employees. Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's safe to say our country's in trouble. It's time to stand up. It's time to fight. It's time to shout. It's time to offend. It's time to throw matters to the curb. It's time for a citizen revolution.
And in practicing this extremism, we have nothing to apologize for, ever. Grievances against the soft tyranny of a new age. And tomorrow, we will continue to do so. You're silent and out of sight. They want you marginalized and demonized and demoralized. Are you going to let them do that to you? No. Let them hear a joyful noise. On July 3rd, 1776, John Adams expressed to his wife, Abigail, that Independence Day should be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. He had hoped that it would be commemorated, quote, as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty, and solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward and forevermore. While looking at the size of this crowd and absorbing the spirit here at Southfork Ranch, I think it's safe to say that John Adams would be mighty proud of how Texas parties for America. My fellow Americans, there are few words sweeter and more stirring than those 3 words to me. My fellow Americans. Whether native-born or naturalized, we all stand here together, united in citizenship, joined by common purpose, and bound eternally as heirs of our founding fathers' legacy. We're not here merely for the games and the sports and the bells and the bonfires. We're here because we recognize the grave importance and civic duty to remember the reason for the July 4th season. And the reason for the season is liberty,